welcome to my wrap up for the TV shows that I watched this year. So, Summer I Turned Pretty is coming in dead last. It's not this is not a ranking video, but this will be last because some of the acting in this is questionable. But to this show's credit, it had me tuning in for the third season after that cheating clip went viral. It made its way to my algorithm and made me want to just give the show a shot again. So I watched season 2. It was really boring, but then I continued on because season 3 is really where it felt like the show really hit the zeitgeist, like it got even more popular, and that's why we're getting a movie probably. Because that's when the triangle, which is what the whole show is really kind of built on, it's marketed as that. That's when the triangle really comes to a head. So shout out to Summer I Turned Pretty. I've given it its critiques, but I will give it credit because it still got me to watch it. I almost forgot that I watched Severance season 2 this year. This show, I remember every single week I kept saying how beautiful the cinematography is. This show is so freaking weird. If you haven't seen Severance yet, I don't know what rock you're living under. And the performances, I think almost like the bulk of the cast are nominated for Emmys because they blow it out of the park. Some people in the show have to play two characters while still looking the same, but then they make the characters feel different, and that is, the true gold star of like a really great actor. And it has a really fun and great intro song, and it's one of those shows where it made you talk about it every week because you're coming up with theories. I did a whole podcast with two of my friends about it. So yes, Severance was great this year. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I see no one talking about Task. It was a show that came out this year on HBO Max. I think it's 6 or 7 episodes. It is basically following this detective as he is investigating a series of robberies. And it has to do with drugs. It has to do with motorcycle gangs. There's betrayal. There are moles. And it's a fun type of show because you have to try to figure out, okay, who is the one that's the mole? Who is the other mole? Because yes, this show has a double mole. You don't know who's a dirty cop or who's actually like a criminal with a heart of gold. Maybe, I don't know. I just thought the writing of this was so well done. It sets up every episode, like it always ends with like these questions that are unanswered. It makes you want to keep on watching so that you can get the answers. The acting was great, and it's getting a season 2. The Girlfriend was a limited series that premiered on Prime this year, and it was a lot of fun to watch because you have these two characters, the girlfriend and the mom.